Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Karen's Kitchen. I've debated on if I was going to make popcorn today or not. And since I just had lunch, I'm going to go ahead and just make caramel sauce. And it can be put on popcorn later. It can be put on ice cream. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. It can be put on anything. Welcome to Periscope for the very first time. It can be put on anything that you choose to put it on, fruits or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down just a little bit so you can see what's in my bowl here. What I have in my bowl here is a quarter cup of coconut oil and a quarter cup of maple syrup. What I'm going to do, is I'm going to put these in the microwave. You won't be able to see it working in the microwave, but I'm going to have it in there for a minute, and then I will tell you what I'm going to do after that. So I'll put this in the microwave. Oh, sure I do. So I'll go ahead and microwave this for a minute, and then I'll tell you what I'm going to do after that. And you must make sure that when you microwave that you make. Oh, hi, sweetie. I see you changed your name. I'm just going to make the caramel sauce today. I'm not going to make the popcorn because I just ate. And if anybody's following me, I didn't scope it, but I did post up on my Facebook page the lentil tacos I had made in my Instapot that I just got finished making them not too long ago and had a couple of them for lunch. So if you haven't seen it, go in and it's similar to what I made before, only this time it's using the Instapot, so it ended up coming out a lot better. Tasted a lot better. Not on your end. Well, you have to go. I did on my regular Facebook page, sweetie. You can see it on my regular Facebook page. I also posted it on my vegan Facebook page too. Hi, good to see you. Welcome to everybody coming in. As soon as this gets done in the microwave, I'll tell you what I'm going to add, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Oh my God, it's hot. Okay, I've got put this down just a little bit more. There is my coconut oil, a quarter cup of coconut oil and quarter cup of maple syrup. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of almond butter to it. And I'm going to whisk this for about 30 seconds. And this is a recipe I happened to see on Google last night. I was trying to find something to make, and I happened to see this. Welcome to everybody coming in, and thank you for coming in. And then it says you put salt to taste. I don't know if it's going to need any salt or not, but this is the caramel sauce. So you can use the caramel sauce any way you choose. I'm giving it find a small spoon. I'll find a small spoon and I'll taste it just because they say a good cook always tastes your food. I want to see what it tastes like. Wow, just like caramel. This is really good. It tastes just like caramel. Simple to make. Anybody can make it. I'm going to post it up on my Facebook page so you can make it yourself. And feel free to put it on popcorn. Feel free to put it on toast in the morning. You can do that as well. Put it on your cereal. You can put it on anything that you want to put it on, however you want to make it. It's going to taste good no matter what you put it on. I'm going to go ahead and share. Yeah, caramel. Oh, absolutely, caramel apples. Let me go ahead and share this out. I forgot about sharing this out. Yes, caramel apples. Absolutely, I forgot about that. You're right. Caramel apples. Like I said, you can put it on. You can put it on your cereal. You can put it on fruits. You could put it on anything that you want to put it on, because it's vegan. It has 3 simple ingredients. It has your maple syrup, your coconut oil, and your almond butter. I didn't put the salt in here because I didn't think it needed it. But doesn't that look good? And it tastes just like caramel. I'm making you hungry. Yeah, I know. I always come on here and make somebody hungry. That's my daughter, in case anybody knows. She changed her username, but that's my daughter. She's been coming in. She was asking me earlier if I was going to do a Periscope, and I said, yeah, I'll do one on the caramel. I was going to make popcorn with it too, but I thought, well, I can't eat the popcorn right away, and I don't want to put the caramel on it and then leave it sit. So, oh, yeah, it would. You're right. A banana, oh, absolutely. Banana ice cream, absolutely. It certainly would. Like I said, you can put this caramel on anything that you choose to put it on because it's vegan. It's not going to harm you. It has everything good in it that you can want and nothing else that you don't. Oh, it isn't on. It's not on my end though. It says Laura 0475. So you did change it. Wow, you had a vegan cheesecake. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. But I had, like I said, I made some vegan lentil tacos for lunch, and I'm really full. They were really, really good. I took and added salsa to it, and added shredded lettuce and shredded cheese. It was really good. Really, really good. And it made very well in the Instapot. It only took 15 minutes. Of course, that's taken into consideration. That is just the cooking part of it. It takes time to build the pressure up and then take the pressure back down. What I did is I had to quick, once it was done cooking, I shut it off and had to quick release the pressure. So it got down pretty fast, and then I could open up the lid, and I had to stir it for a little bit, then let it sit. And I was so hungry for it, I didn't want to leave it sit too long. But, oh, you can do it, you can do it on a stovetop too if you don't have an Instapot. Welcome to everybody coming in, and thank you. But I thought I would get an Instapot and see how I like it. So far, I like it. Now, I did make a little blunder this morning. I didn't Periscope it, however, but I had made steel oats in my Instapot this morning. For some unknown reason, it didn't build the pressure up like it was supposed to because I couldn't release any steam or anything. And I thought, wow, what a waste. It could be that I didn't have the lid on tight enough because it was just trial and error the first time because I had never used it before. This time, when I put it on there, it turned out perfectly. The pressure built up, and it did what it was supposed to do. And the lentil tacos taste really, really good. Like I said, if you wanted to see what the recipe was, just go on my Facebook page, and you can see that everything I put into it, and it's really good. It's got flavor in it, flavor to it. It's not bland or anything. Let me get some more water. Oh. Now that I got the Instapot, I'll be making a lot. Probably when I find something that doesn't take very long, which they don't in the Instapot anyway, I'll make something from the Instapot coming on here too. But this caramel sauce, I thought, I'm going to make this because this is something that I've always wanted vegan caramel. You know, the caramels in the store you buy. Wow, you look at the ingredients in them. They're not that good. Oh, with water underneath. Oh, well, I followed the instructions because it didn't say to use the trivet or anything. I followed the instructions, but I think the whole thing of it was the recipe was not written properly because they didn't have to use any more than about 2 cups of water and a cup of almond milk. That's not enough because oats themselves absorb a lot of water, so there should have been a lot more water in there than that. Maybe 4 or 5 cups of water. It just didn't build the steam up, and it didn't release it because there wasn't any steam left. I'm surprised it didn't burn it, but I didn't. I ate a little bit of it, didn't like it, so I tossed it. You know, it happens. You know. No, not today, sweetie. I'm not gonna. No, I didn't use the porridge setting. It told me to use the manual setting, which only took 10 minutes. They said to set it on manual for 10 minutes. Because I followed the directions. And then after the 10 minutes, then you do a quick release. Well, there wasn't any water in it to do a quick release because it didn't make any steam. This time, I was in here the whole time, and steam started coming out the top, and it started hissing a little bit, so I knew it was building up steam. But I had 4 cups of water in there, so I knew that it'd be okay. But you know, by the time it got done, all the pressure released, there wasn't any water left. So it takes at least that much and more. The next time if I make the steel cut oats in there, I'm going to put a little more water in there. Some of those recipes, they're not written right because they forget something or they think that you can just get by with very little water. Being that oats seem to absorb it, it didn't have enough. So next time I make it, if I make it the next time, which it was good, but it just didn't have enough water in it. Oh, you put one serving, that makes sense, yeah. Well, see, I was told to use 1 cup, but 1 cup of steel oats makes an awful lot of steel oats. Now, I used on the lentil tacos, I used 2 cups of lentils. It seemed like I end up with a lot more because they expand. So I just put them in a container, and I'll eat them as I go each and every day. And if I don't want to eat them on tacos, I'll just put them on a plate and eat them that way. They're good just the way they are. But I love lentils. They're so good for you. You know, I intend to make a lentil soup too, you know, anything that I can make. Because I love coming in here and finding different foods to make. It's not always easy to find things to make because I never know from one day to the next. Well, what am I going to make? I've made this before. Do I want to make this again? That's why I didn't come in and do the lentil tacos on here, because I already had periscoped them before. I just wanted to put it up on my Facebook to show what it looked like in the Instapot and what it looked like after I took it out and put it in my burritos. And it really was really good. Actually tasted very good. Nice and healthy and filled me up. I love that, you know, because that's all I'm going to eat the rest of the day anyway. And this caramel, I'll just put it in the refrigerator or whatever, and I'll use it maybe tomorrow or something, put it on popcorn tomorrow, because I do have the Pampered Chef popcorn bowl, and I will show those people that are not aware of it, I will show it to you. This does collapse down. It folds up in your cupboard. This is the smaller one. This is not the large one. This is only the small one. I didn't need the big one because it's just me. See how you push this out? And this becomes the popcorn bowl. Of course, sometimes you can eat it out here, sometimes you can't. And of course, your cup here, you measure your popcorn in it. Now, I don't suggest if you get this, do what I did. I went and put the butter in here after I measured the popcorn. It makes the butter turn brown. So I stopped doing it that way because it's better. Yeah, it's silicone. I like the fact that you can collapse it. It sits in your cupboard a lot better. But I don't suggest putting butter in here because it makes it turn brown. And I learned something from Alexis too. She said that when you do popcorn or anything actually in your microwave, you don't put it in the middle of your microwave. You put it right on the very edge. Well, I know that now because she said it'll burn. Well, I did have some burnt kernels, and I thought, well, I can't understand it. It wasn't in there very long. Wasn't in there too long at all. It's just that I had it in the middle of the microwave. So now I got to remember, when I put this in there, just to put it on the edge of the microwave, and it won't burn them. You know, and don't put the butter in there. I just like to take the butter and put it in a glass dish and melt it separately and then pour it over. It's a much, much better. I've learned after using this and putting the butter in here, it didn't want to pop it too well. I really had a problem. I wasted a lot of popcorn because it wouldn't pop it. So I don't do it that way now. But this, like I said, this is real easy. You just collapse it right on down and you put it right back in your cupboard. Isn't that cool? You save space. This is what they call a space saver, and it is silicone. Very, very simple, very easy. That's the smaller one. I know it's exactly what the price of it is. Alexis isn't here, so I don't know. But I think it's $25 or something for the big one. I'm not sure what it is for the small one. I may even have that price wrong. Welcome to Periscope for the very first time. But Alexis was, yeah, I do too. I really do. Oh, you know, I don't have any Pyrex. I don't. But, you know, I have been, hi, Valerie, good to see you. Here is my caramel that I made. It just has 3 ingredients. It has a 1/4 cup of maple syrup, a 1/4 cup of coconut oil. You put those in the microwave and melt those together for a minute. And then you took, and then you take 2 tablespoons of almond butter, put that in it, and you whisk that together. And it takes a little salt too, but I didn't put any salt in it. But I tasted it, and it tastes just like caramel. It's simple, and it's also healthy. It can be put on anything that your heart desires. Ice cream, your fruits. Now, I specifically got it to make for popcorn because I watched Alexis make caramel corn. But I wasn't going to make the popcorn today because I don't have, you know, I just got done eating and I won't be able to eat it right away. So I don't want the popcorn getting stale on me. So I thought, well, I'll just make the caramel sauce for now. And I can always make the popcorn another day. and then put this on it. It ought to be really good. I mean, look, it's simple to make. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? And it tastes good, too. I tried it, and it tastes just like caramel, but healthier. It's got everything in it that you can have, and nothing that you don't need or something that's going to harm you. That's what we all need to do. We all need to take a look at what we're eating and wonder, should we really be eating that? You know, and check the ingredients on anything that you buy, because the ingredients on what you buy, there's so much junk in it. Yeah, I know. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I was looking this morning, and I know you can put popcorn in the Instapot, but I'm thinking, why? I've got a popcorn popper for that. You don't need oil. You don't need butter. I like it just to pop it, and then you can add whatever you want to it. You know, if I want to add butter to it, I can. But I'm not going to do it in the Instapot because I've got a popcorn popper. I've got a air popper too. But I like this one from Pampered Chef, the silicone one. So I'll use that one. I might have to make more batches. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Here is my caramel. It's only 3 ingredients: maple syrup, coconut oil, and almond butter. That's all it has in it. Very simple recipe, and a good recipe. One that's simple. Anybody can make it. You know. Oh, you don't use the microwave? Some people don't. No, some people don't. I do, but if you want to use the microwave, I suggest using glassware. That's what I do. Anything I put in the microwave, I use glassware, because you will not leach into your food that way. Glassware is a lot safer than plastic. Sure, I wouldn't use plastics in it either. A lot of people threw their microwave away, but I still use it because I find it very handy at times. You know, but I'm not going to tell people that they have to use a microwave if they don't want to. You know, that's up to them. It's up to each individual. You know, you can use it if you want to, and if you don't want to, then you know you don't. But I love using the microwave because it comes in handy when I need it. And since I don't have much plasticware, I've been buying all glassware now. So if I want to heat anything up in the microwave, I heat it up in glassware. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Heat it up in glassware. That way you know it's not going to leach into your food and it's not going to harm you. Oh, yes, your defroster and cheese melter. Yep, there you go. Microwaving preserves nutrients. Yeah, it does. It does. But like I said, there are some plastics, most plastics actually, that you really should be putting in the microwave. Because if you start putting that in the microwave, I think I got a bot here. Let me just get rid of this one. I'll get a bot. Here, let me get rid of that. Okay, there we go. You put plastics in there, it's going to leach into your food. That's why a lot of people are afraid to use the microwave, because it leaches into your food. If you use glass, you won't have a lot to worry about. Just get yourself some glassware. I got a lot of storage containers. Yeah, that's safer. It's much, much safer. And it makes it much easier to use the microwave that way. I have been buying glassware for quite some time now. I'm building my glassware up, my storage containers, because I feel that they're better. Because I made up my mind that when I use the microwave, I'm not going to use plastic. I'm going to use my glassware. That's the better. Now, there are some plastics now that are BPA free. If you can find plastic that's BPA free and doesn't leach into your food, go ahead. But you have to be really careful too. Yes, glass is much, much better. Absolutely, it's better for you. And as you can see, when I drink my water, I drink out of stainless steel. This is a stainless steel straw. A stainless steel cup. This is a Rocky Mountain tumbler. I also got one by my computer that I drink out of. Stainless steel. So I don't drink out of plastics. I avoid it. Because, the stuff in those plastics doesn't taste very good. If you don't, if you buy some food in plastic, and I've found this to be true, you buy something that's in plastic and you don't eat it for a while and then you go back to eat it, it absolutely tastes terrible. The plastic is in that food and I have to throw this stuff out. It tastes absolutely terrible. What I'm going to do from now on is when I buy something in plastics, just take it and put it in a glass dish and keep it, and just throw the plastic away. Because I don't care for the plastic containers that they put them in. Like your nuts and stuff, they're in plastic containers. It's horrible. That leaches into the food and it's got an awful taste. It's strong. It's terrible because you know they use chemicals to make those plastic jars and bottles and stuff. We don't want to put that stuff in our body. That's not good. But we know glassware is much safer. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Oh, there you go. That makes a lot of sense. I used to use Pyrex all the time. I don't have any Pyrex right now. Oh, crude oil, that doesn't surprise me any. You know, and it's got an awful taste to it. Ugh. They are beginning to, though. I've been buying some lately that are BPA free, because that BPA is what really harms you. If you can find anything with BPA free, that's good too. But I try to steer away from it if I all possible. If I can get glass, I'm going to get it because that's what we need. Oh, hi, good to see you. Welcome. I steer away from plastic. I've got a lot of glassware sitting in my refrigerator and my counters, and I want to keep building up my I gotta get this spot. Keep building up my glass containers as much as possible. I want to build them up because I use them all the time. The glass container I got from Pampered Chef, I put my granola in it. It tastes so good. Oh, thank you. It tastes really good, but it's a glass container. I try to avoid getting, you know, if I can avoid it, plastics. I want the glass. Oh, use ceramic. Now that's okay too. I think ceramic's fine, but it's not to your plastic. Oh yeah, right, yeah. And I see I've got some chia seed jam and my pumpkin butter in the refrigerator, and they are in jars. They are in heavily sealed jars. They're glass jars because they'll last a lot longer. They'll be a lot better for them. So I want to make sure I keep that stuff on hand. You know, I may ask for some more for Christmas, you know, glass containers. Oh, right. What are you going to do? I made some caramel. This, I'm going to save it, and I'm going to put it on, put it on toast. I'm going to put it on probably popcorn. I was going to put it on popcorn today. You have a glass jar edition? Yes, I did buy me a few glass jars. They're real small glass jars. They got a design on them. I think there was 6 in the carton. It was a carton of 6 jars. And those are good jars. Yeah, you got a glass addiction. You know, there's nothing wrong with having a glass addiction because you know the glass is better. The only thing is we have to be careful because glass will scratch glass. You've got to be careful. You got to put something in between them or put a lid on them. I try to keep my lids on mine so it doesn't scratch the other ones. I can set them right on top. Oh, you saved them? Oh, that's good. But like I said, if I've got a lid with my container, I'll put the lid on it when I store it, so I can set another glass container on top and put it on the lid, so it won't affect the glass container. Because like Alexa said, glass will scratch glass, and you don't want to scratch it up. You want to keep it as nice as you possibly can. So that's why it's best if you can get it. If you got it, most of your containers anymore, you buy at Walmart or Target or any place you buy, they all have lids to them. It's best to store them with the lids on and put the and then put another one on top, and you don't have to worry about scratching your glass. That's what I do. You know, I've got a cupboard. Well, they're not right now, but usually when they're all clean, I have a cupboard full of glassware. You know. Oh, you're coming over. Because glassware is so. I'm gonna mute this guy. I'm gonna mute this one. I don't want that one coming. Whoops. I gotta mute this one here. I'm gonna mute that one. Mute him. There we go. I muted him. Okay, because I don't want them saying anymore. So anyway, but glassware is so much better. Oh yes, I use mason jars too. In fact, with the ones that I have my chia jam and my pumpkin butter in are like mason jars. Let's see. I think these are the kind of jars I have. Big ones. Now this is the real small. This is a ball jar, but this is what I have in the refrigerator. You know, you go up like this and it seals it. These are the ones that I use. I've got my they're great big ones because these are too small for my jam for my pumpkin butter and chia seed jam. So I put them in the refrigerator. Yes, I'm a vegan. That's exactly right. That's why that's all I do is make vegan recipes. And people that come in here know that I'm a vegan, and they come in here for vegan recipes. Yes, that's all I am is a vegan. And I feel much better being a vegan. I've lost well over 50 pounds, and I just keep going. Oh, sure, there's going to be a point where it's going to get to where I'll probably stop going, you know, and I won't lose anymore. But until that time, I'm going to keep on going as much as I can and try to lose as much weight as I can. Yeah, I have to stay active. I walk every morning. I walk my dogs every morning. Oh, thank you. I try to find real good vegan recipes. It is real hard to find ones that I really like because I'll look at them. I'll look at the ingredients. Hi, welcome. Good to see you. It's real hard to find ones that I know I'm not going to have to spend hours in the kitchen on. I don't like spending hours in the kitchen. I'd rather get it made and get it done. Now, when I did the thing in my Instapot, it didn't take very long at all. Just getting the stuff in the Instapot, letting it build its pressure up, letting it do its thing, and when it's done, it beeps at me. So that's real simple. I don't have to spend hours on end, and I just let it do its thing. But they say they don't suggest you leave the house when you got your Instapot going. You wouldn't want the steam to come all out and your food come all out of your kitchen. You know, that can happen, but I don't like spending a lot of time at the stove, especially in the summertime, because it can get really hot. So I try to avoid that as much as possible. I try to avoid fixing anything that has a lot of ingredients. The less ingredients, the better. Like this caramel sauce, has very few ingredients. Making bombs out of crock pots. Oh my, that's that. I don't even think that's funny, but yeah, it is probably. Yeah. You know something? I went and I used my Instapot, and I thought, well, I'm going to see how fast it really is. It's a lot faster than doing it on the stove because there's a lot of prep work on the stove. And by the time you get it on the stove and you start getting it boiling and stuff like that, the Instapot would be done. You know, of course, it probably takes 10, 15, 20 minutes. It depends on how much you have in it because the more you have in it, the longer it takes. But it takes probably at least 15 minutes to build up the pressure. And once it started building up the pressure, because my daughter was talking to me, she says, was the pressure built up yet? Started counting down yet? Nope, not yet. Then when it did, it says, whoop, there it goes. It's starting to count down. Because what it does is you set the time on manual for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it calls for. It'll start counting down, and when it gets to 0, then it'll beep. Then you put it on, turn it off, and then if you have to release it right away, then you put it on vent. Otherwise, you let it do natural release, which I had to do right away. Had to do it on the lentils. Yeah, I know you were, but I had to do a right away because there's 3 different releases. You know, you have to do it right away, and then natural, and then there's one 10-15 minute release. But I was a little hesitant at first getting an Instapot, and I was a little hesitant using it. I thought, what is going to, you know, am I going to get the vent plugged up, and is it going to, you know, shoot out at me? Because I had problems with my old pressure cooker. I had what was that, Presto, I think it was. And yeah, I'm hesitant, but you know, now that I've used it a couple times, I think I'm gonna get used to it. I know it's gonna take some getting used to. I can't get used to it after 2 times, but I pretty much know how to do it. You just follow the recipe, what it says. They tell you exactly what to set it for. They tell you exactly when to release the pressure, whether you do it right away or you leave it natural or do it 10-15 minutes. They tell you exactly when to do that. So there's no failure that way. Yeah, they are. I hesitated getting one, but I thought, you know, I kind of weighed the pros and the cons, and I thought, well, is it something I'm going to use? Well, I've already used it twice today, so I think it's something I'm going to use because I do enough cooking as it is anyway. And people on here told me to get one because I do enough cooking as it is, and it'd be very, very valuable to have it. So I wanted to get it. I know they're not cheap, but you know, I think it'll do the job that I need it to do, and I'm going to enjoy using it. I have so far. Now this morning, it didn't turn out so good, and I was a little frustrated this morning thinking maybe it was human error that I didn't have the lid on right or something. But I thought, well, I'm going to try the lentil tacos and see if it was my mistake or what it was. Well, it probably was, because now it worked fine. I have the 6. Okay. I was going to get the 3, but my daughter thought the 3 might be too small, because you can't put a lot in the 3, so I got the 6 quart. I didn't want the 8 because that's too big. And I'm the only one here. But you know what I can do is if I have too much of one thing, I can just put it in the freezer. Freeze it up and use it as I need it. So I've got that option as well. So I'm not really too concerned if I don't get it used up right away. I can put it in the freezer and it'll keep. That's probably what I might do with the lentils I have left. Just put them in the freezer in the glass container and thaw it out and use it when I need, and then put it back. You know, I have that option because for myself, it's going to take a lot longer to use stuff up than for somebody that has a family. You know, somebody in here in Periscope said they have one, and she bought it thinking that she would use it more than she has. It's for her and her husband, and she hasn't used it hardly any. You know, and when she said that, I thought, oh my, you know, she doesn't use it much for her and her husband. Me, I'm by myself. Am I going to use it? But, you know, I'm finding ways to use it. There's an applesauce you can make in it. I'm looking for different recipes all the time. I bet they love it. I bet they love it. My daughter-in-law, she wants a Instapot for Christmas, so my son will have to get her an Instapot. That's what she's hoping to get. So, and I got her a toaster, so she'll have some good things for Christmas to use. Got her a nice toaster, a digital toaster. So, I think that something that she asked for. She asked for a nice toaster. That's what she told me. So, you know, but I love the Instapot. I love coming in here and I love finding things to do. Like I said, I probably will make things here in Periscope from the Instapot when I find something that I want to do. Oh, you have a convection oven? Toaster. Oh, okay. Oven and toaster combo. I've never had a convection oven. I really don't know the first thing about them, how they work, or anything like that. I'm just kind of a little, I guess you could say, dry behind the ears. I didn't know much about an Instapot either. But since my daughter has the Crock-Pot brand of the Instapot, she told me she uses hers a lot, so I figured, well, she knows what she's talking about, so if she uses it, I'm going to use it too. Oh, I bet it does. I bet it does. Well, I'm noticing that the Instapot will cut my cooking down too, because normally lentils have to cook approximately 25 minutes to 30 minutes, maybe even a little longer. Quinoa is the same thing. You put it in an Instapot, be half that time. Of course, take into consideration, it says maybe 10, 15 minutes, but that's not counting the pressure. That's the cook time itself, because you've got 15, 20 minutes for it to pressurize. And once it gets pressurized, then it starts counting it down. Oh, they do? I bet more and more of them are going to start using the Instapot. It's just like the Vitamix. The Vitamix is a very good blender because it's high-speed blender. A lot of your restaurants now, probably Starbucks and some of your famous restaurants are using the Vitamix in their, you know, to mix all their, you know, things that they need to mix. It's much better, you know. It's a quality blender, expensive, but a quality blender. It does the job. It pulverizes everything. Makes mincemeat out of a lot of stuff. I mean, I can put whole tomatoes in there, and it gets them down to nothing, just nothing but juice left. So it's real good for that way. But I'm sure the Instapot is going to catch on. It's fairly new, so it hasn't been around too awful long. The Food Network uses it. Well, yeah, I know you because you watch the Food Network, so I figured that you would know. Yeah, my daughter watches the Food Network, so they would use the Instapot, they would use the Vitamix. They swear by it. So if they swear by it, I guess it's got to be good. Oh, good. I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that you did. I wasn't going to be on too awful long because I wanted to show you the caramel that I made. It's just 3 ingredients. almond butter, and it's got maple syrup and coconut oil. And it's going to be a real good, it's going to separate because of the coconut oil, but I'll have to keep stirring it. But I was going to put it on popcorn. Yes, the Vitamix, absolutely the Vitamix. I love my Vitamix. It does everything I need it to do. I put soups in it. It makes ice cream in it. It makes smoothies, but I haven't done smoothies in it for a while. I need to get back to doing that, but it does exactly what I need to do, and no questions asked, you know. And I swear by the Vitamix. Now that I got the Instapot, I'm gonna be looking for recipes for it now. Going crazy looking for recipes on Pinterest. I'll probably have to go on allrecipes.com, Yumly, and the one that my daughter found, my darling vegan. She found one there. I'll have to go on there and check and see Instapot recipes. I know they have an Instapot group on Facebook. I feel like going to that group and joining it, because now that I have an Instapot, it'd be probably worth my time, and I can post my Instapot recipes up there. Okay, let's get rid of this guy. Let's get rid of you. Hold on. Don't want to go. There we go. I can't get rid of that guy. There I can. There. I couldn't block him. Oh, I do too. I love the Vitamix. I had a Ninja before, and before that I had a, no, what was it? I can't remember what it was. But it was, it didn't last very long because it just didn't work right. You had to push down on it, and my ex-husband still has his. He says his still works, but mine's finally stopped working. So I just, the NutriBullet is what it was. I couldn't think of it. It's a NutriBullet. Never had the Magic Bullet, but here's a NutriBullet. Don't like it. So the Ninja, now I got a Ninja. Hi Ann, good to see you. I got a Ninja in the garage that one of my friends here on Periscope is wanting, and I didn't use it very much. So it's in its box. So I just have to get to the post office and get it sent out to her sometime this week. So I'll have to get the address on it, get it sent out, get rid of it. But I'm gonna love the Instapot. I love my Vitamix. I just love cooking now, period, because it gives me something to do. It makes me happy because I'm always finding new recipes to do. And that's what I like to do, is make new recipes, because I never know from one day to the next what recipes are out there. And there are plenty out there if you know where to look. You know, I have a hard time knowing where to look for them sometimes. Good afternoon, Cheryl. Good to see you. Here is my, or Sharita, there is my caramel. I almost forgot what I made. You can put it on popcorn. You can put it on fruits. You can put it on ice cream. And it's vegan. It's got maple syrup in it, your coconut oil, and almond butter. That's all it has in it. Those three ingredients. Salt to taste, but I didn't put any salt in it. But it looks so good. I mean, look at that. Now, it's going to separate a little bit because of the coconut oil. But doesn't that look good? It really does. I put it in the refrigerator. It won't separate so much because it'll get solid. But I love making new recipes. I know Erlene said there was a vegan caramel recipe on YouTube. There's quite a few. I wanted to find one that didn't take as long to make. This one takes 5 minutes. Some of the other ones take forever to make. And I thought, well, I'll do this one because it takes a lot less time. It's easier to make. Tastes good. Why spend a lot of time if you don't have to? I don't want to spend any more time than I have to. I'm tired of that. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for saying that. I'm glad you say so. I try to make them interesting as much as I can. I know that Alexis, she comes out in the morning, and I don't see her scopes because I'm asleep when she comes on, but hers are very interesting scopes too, so I go back and watch the replays on her. She's not in here right now because she's at work. Probably doesn't have time to come in right now, but anyway, she made caramel popcorn the other day, and she made a different kind of caramel. So I was hoping she'd come in here and see this caramel. I was going to make popcorn, but since I just got done eating, thought, no, I'll make the popcorn some other time, and I can put this caramel right on it. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Here's my caramel. Just 3 ingredients. Maple syrup, coconut oil, and almond butter. That's all. And I take the maple syrup and the coconut oil, and you Put them in the microwave for about a minute. Melt them together, and then you take then you take your almond butter and you put it in, and then you whisk it. Then you whisk it for about 30 seconds or so, and get it whisked real good. I'm going to whisk it some more because it's wanting to separate. But it's real. I mean, this is real good tasting. I've tasted it already. It tastes similar to caramel. You know, we know that anything we make is not going to taste 100% like what it's supposed to. Like you make cheese, vegan cheese, it's not going to taste exactly 100% like cheese, but it's close enough. Oh yes, that's going to be put on apples. I'll probably put it on popcorn because I love caramel popcorn. I just dearly love it. And since I have the Pampered Chef popcorn popper, the popcorn maker, if you want to call it, I'll use it. So I like that for making popcorn. It's a small one, but it does a good job. So, and it's silicone. That's what I like about it. So, if you want to make this caramel recipe, I'll post it up on my Facebook page so that you can make it yourself. Because it's simple to make, 3 ingredients, real easy. You don't have to spend hours. It's only 5 minutes. You don't have to spend hours. Yeah, it is. Let me go blow it real quick. Go outside. Go on, go outside. Go outside. Go on. Okay, let me wash my hands real quick. I have dishes to do when I get done here, so I'll have to do my dishes. Yeah, poor me. It does that when I walk outside, too. Hi, Yamil. Good to see you. I have a personal Facebook page, but I also have a vegan page that I post them up on. It is called Karen's Vegan Heaven. And I post my recipes up on there. They are very simple to make. Daniel did so good in making that tree yesterday. I was so proud of him. It looked so delicious, Yamil. Oh, my goodness. He did such a good job. I watched the replay again today because I was impressed how well he made that. Oh, you're welcome. I want to introduce you to my daughter, Laura. She's in here, Yamil. She's also got a son that's autistic. He's 12 years old, and he's autistic. So you both have something in common. What is it again? Oh, it's Karen's Vegan Heaven. Just look for it on Facebook, and ask to be approved if you want to be in the Facebook group, and I will approve you. We post. Oh, okay. As we post. Yes, he is. That's my daughter that said hi there. So yeah, he's 12 years old. She has 4 sons, and he's the third. He's the third child of 4, and he's the only one that has autism. And she didn't quite know how to deal with it when she realized he was autistic. He has the sensory issues. He has a little bit of problem with his speech, but he's a lovely boy, though. You know, he does pretty well. You know, and it's not his fault he has autism. You know. Such is life. You got to deal with it, but she's dealing with it real well. After having 2 boys before him, and then him come along, and the fourth, the younger one, he doesn't have it either. So it's hard to know how to deal with him. You know, she questioned for the longest time, how do I do? Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And as soon as I get on Facebook, I will approve you. Yeah, I'm sure it is, sweetie, because you're not used to having somebody with autism, because Andrew and Jared don't have it, and neither does Tristan. But for a Christian to have it, it's very, very difficult. Yamil, how old is Daniel? I was wondering. My daughter was asking me how old he is, because he has other learning abilities. Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tristan's 8 years old. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for, yes, I go into Alexis's as well. And, Yamil, how old is Daniel? Oh, he's 14. My daughter asked me, and I said I thought he was a teenager. But he does so good. I mean, he just gets in there, and he really gets his hands dirty on cooking, you know. And you should really be proud of him, you know. Oh, other challenges. Oh, you know. But he looks like he's doing so good. Hi, Vanita. Good to see you. Welcome. Here's my caramel. Here's my caramel that I made. It just has a quarter cup of maple syrup, a quarter cup of coconut oil, and 2 tablespoons of the almond butter. Yeah, he does. I appreciate the fact that Daniel could come in there and he's not scared to get on scope. He's got autism, but he's not scared to get on there and cook for everybody. And that tree was absolutely adorable. It was absolutely adorable because he did a very good job. And it's great that you're right there to help him. If he runs into a problem, you're there to help him. Oh, he's so different when he's in the kitchen. You know, isn't that... He loves it. You know why? Because that's something he likes to do. And that's where he wants to be. That's where he needs to be. You know, it is different. You know, I'm sure my grandson Christian is a lot different at home than he is in school. That, you know, it's that way. What am I going to eat with that? Well, I was going to make popcorn, but since I just had my lunch not too long ago, I'm going to forego that. This can be put on fruits. It can be put on ice cream, which I won't eat now. But I'll probably make some popcorn tomorrow and put it on there. No, I haven't. I've only been vegan since sometime last year, and I cannot for the life of me exactly remember when I got started. It's well over 1.5 years, so I have not been vegan too awful long. I should have been vegan a lot longer, but I wasn't. No, but I'm really happy now that I'm vegan because I can see the pounds coming off, the inches are coming off, and it's made me feel good about myself. And I'm happy about that too. Cooking with Daniel. Yes, you should follow him on his Facebook group, Laura, because he also does some live Facebook videos too. Oh, good. I'm glad. That's why I come in here, because I know not everybody that comes in here is going to be vegan. I understand that, but the ones that want to learn what it is, how to be vegan, will come in here and ask questions. They will see what I've made, and they'll make it themselves. And that's the reason I do this, to help people learn how to cook with the Pampered Chef tools. Because I know, Yamil, you got Pampered Chef tools. I mean, I love this thing. I mean, I love that, you know, and I was going to make popcorn in it, but I'm going to forego that. But I love the measure-alls. I use them all the time, and the adjustable spoons. I mean, I'm always getting them dirty and have to wash them up for the next meal. It's the way it is. That's right. You have to make it your own. You have to make it your own. I do so much tweaking on some of these recipes because they put things in them that I won't eat. So I have to tweak them to make them my own. Oh, that's what these are. This is what they call a measure-all. See, this is your liquid end, and this is your solid end. All you do is push on this, and it takes it down. Like if you want to measure it for a cup, then there's a cup. And then you just put your solid in here, like coconut oil or whatever it might be. And then you just go like this when you want to put it in your bowl, and it comes right out. These are ideal. I mean, I love these things. When I first got it, I couldn't even go up and down with it because it worked very hard. But I've used this so much now that it works real easy. And I like the measurements on it, you know. Yeah, how neat. What I like about it is the fact that you've got one measuring cup for everything. This is the liquid end, and this is the solid end. You don't have to get a whole new measuring cup out. You could just, you know, turn it upside down and measure your solids in it. Now, yesterday when I made the recipe, I accidentally used the solid end for the maple syrup, and I didn't realize it till after I had done it. But you're going to make that mistake. But I love those measure-alls. I've got the 1 cup measure-all too, as well as the real teeny tiny one. Of course, and I use these spoons all the time. These adjustable. I just love them. You know, I love everything from Pampered Chef. I've even got those that were not in here yesterday. I got my 12-inch skillet. I love this thing. Look how big that is. Oh, now that this is cooled off and I washed it and everything, I'll show you how the handles come off. This is real simple. This is a 2-step process. Yes, it's a 12-inch skillet. It's a 2-step process. There, see, it comes right off, and then it goes right back on. Because the handles themselves are not oven friendly. The pan is up to 480 degrees, but you have to take the handles off to put them in the oven. But this is such a big skillet. This is what I did my granola in yesterday. I had made some of the stovetop granola, and I made that in there. I had been looking for that because the Pampered Chef set, the 6-piece set, does not come with that. No, I don't. But Alexis can do. She's not in here right now. She sells it. So you have to, she's got a Facebook page that has Pampered Chefs. You'll have to see if you can find it on I follow her on Facebook. But she does cookie scopes every morning. And she's the one that sells Pampered Chef. However, she also has a job that she goes to every day, Monday through Friday. And since she goes to the job, no, Erlene doesn't sell them either. Erlene buys a lot of Pampered Chef, but she doesn't sell them either. Because she's just I know Alexis is trying to get me to be a consultant, but I've got somebody in my church that's a consultant. So, but Erlene buys a lot from Pampered Chef. She won the $965 shopping spree that Alexis just had earlier this month. Oh, you get up early? Well, I don't. She comes on at 3:15 in the morning, my time. So that's a little bit early for me to watch her. But I do come in. When I do wake up, I go watch her replay. So I do get to see it then. Yeah, I bet he does, Yamil. I bet he does. And he's probably going to be asking for Pampered Chef or some kind of tool for Christmas. Oh, it's 5:30 and you teach? Oh, okay. But see, it's 3:15 in the morning when Alexis comes on. It's 3:15 my time because I live in Oregon. So there have been very few times that I've been on her Periscope in the morning. I've been on it when I've had to let the dog out and he didn't come back in. I waited on him. Then I would go in and watch her then. He does. Oh, cookie sheets and cookie cutter. Oh, you know something? Anything he gets your mail, he's going to be happy with it. I know. Oh, yeah. And what can you do? You know, he's 14 years old and there isn't much you can do about it. If you tell him that there is no such thing, he's not going to believe you. So what do? You just have to go along with it, I guess. You know, that's the way it is. You know, but I know he's going to have a good Christmas. He really will. He'll get those tools and he'll be cooking away now. Yeah, see, my grandson, 12 years old, he believes in Santa too, and he's the autistic one. He believes in him too. Now I think that when it comes to Tristan, he's gonna stop believing in Santa long before Christian ever does. So he's going to even probably tell Christian, well, there is no such thing, you know. But at least you have somebody to talk to now, Laura, that has a son that's autistic. So you have something in common so that you can talk to back and forth to each other. If you have a problem, you ask her about it. Oh, you're welcome, and you have a great night too. And God bless and take care. Maybe, yeah, he might surprise you. You know, he's pretty smart. I mean, he's a pretty smart little boy. I mean, my brother, he was younger than me. My brother was 8 years old when he realized there was no Santa Claus. When he realized there was no Santa Claus, he realized it before I did. You know, I was 11 and he was 8. He told me, he says, "Hey, Karen, there's no Santa Claus. That's why they sent us out to the car on Christmas Eve, so they can put the Christmas gifts under the tree." I says, "Nah, you're crazy." No, I wish she did. She lives in Missouri, and I live in Oregon. But unfortunately, she does not live close to me. I wish that she did, but she does not. But I plan on going to see her next summer, hopefully. I want to go see her and spend a week or so with her because I haven't seen her in 10 years. It's been 10 years. We talk on the phone, but it's not the same as being there, you know. So I want to see her and I want to see the kids. And she's saying no because she doesn't live close to me. She did live with me at one time. She lived with me for 9 months. But then she moved back to Missouri. She's been to Iowa, and she's been in Missouri, and she's been here. Oh, yes. My daughter is in here, and she's got an autistic son, and so does Yamil. Daniel, he's autistic. Yes, it is. It's a long time. It certainly is. No, Tristan is the only one I've never seen. I've seen Christian, and I've seen Andrew, and I've seen Jared, but I've never seen Tristan. I've only seen Tristan on Facebook, and or not Facebook, but FaceTime. And then he's bashful. I think Christian is more bashful than he is, but I've never seen Tristan in person, so I'll be anxious to see him. Sweetheart, he is. But it is a long time not to see your family, but we do keep in touch. We talk every day. We text, so we're always talking to each other. So, and I'd miss that if we didn't, but we do every day, and we keep I keep abreast of what's going on with her, because I want to make sure the kids are okay and she's okay, and she'll ask me how I'm doing and all this and that. We stay in touch. That's the way we should be. A lot of families, the problem of it is they're miles apart, but they're as far as distance is concerned, miles don't mean anything, because they're far apart as far as talking to them. Now, Erlene has a sister that won't even talk to her. I think she lives close to Erlene, I think somewhat, but she won't even talk to her. She wants nothing to do with her. And it makes Erlene sad, but I says, well, what can you do? You can't do anything about it. Family is everything to me, and I would be really upset if my kids didn't talk to me. But I've got a son, he's older than Laura, and then I've got her. And I've had one other one that I lost when she was born in 1977. So I've had 3 children. But I don't know what I'd do without my kids, because I was there for them when they were growing up. I was there. I took them to the school bus every morning. They know how I walked down, because when we lived in the country, we walked down a long lane. So I'd make sure they got on the school bus, and I'd walk down there with them, especially when school was first starting. I'd walk down there with them and I'd even meet them off the school bus when they got home, so they know how I was right there for them. I'd take them to school. I went to my daughter's band concerts that she was in. Anything that she was in, I was right there for her when she was in middle school. So she knows I was there for her, and I always will be. Even though we're distances apart, I still am here for her no matter what. That's what it takes. We need to be here for our families. Families is all we got, if we don't have a family, what else do we have? I'd be lost without my family. And like I said, my son just come back from Israel, and he's still suffering with a little bit of jet lag. He's always getting tired. But, he traveled, those that were not in my Periscope when I mentioned it when he got back. Oh, thank you. When he posted on Facebook, when he got back from Israel, round trip. Now, this is how much he traveled. He went 16,000 miles, 40 hours of flight time, and 9 hours of layover. That's how much it was to go to Israel. But he said he'd do it again in a heartbeat. He would do it again in a heartbeat, because he got to walk the streets that Jesus walked. He got to see see sights that we would all dream of seeing someday, And I'm glad he made it back. I wish he didn't have the jet lag, but I'll probably get it when I go to see my daughter. I'll get jet lag, because she's 2 hours ahead of me, and I'll have to get used to that time, come back home and get used to my time. That's what my son did. He found it real hard to get back to our own time again, because Israel is 10 hours ahead, I believe. 10 hours. So when we were going to bed, they were just getting up in the morning. So he was always sleepy at the wrong time. It's funny, But I think as days get better, he'll get better too. He'll be able to stay awake a little bit more. But that's a dream that he got to go to Israel, and I'm hoping that I get to go someday. If I never do, well, I'm happy he got to go anyway. But anyway, I wanted to show that those are just coming in. I wanted to show you my caramel, and I really don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I haven't decided. I was going to make popcorn, but then I thought, no, I think I'll just put it in the refrigerator and save it. Maybe make popcorn tomorrow night or something and put it on there. And use my handy-dandy Pampered Chef popcorn maker, because I love it. It's silicone, but I love it. It does a real good job. So I'll use that too. But I have got dishes to do again, unfortunately. I always have dishes to do. Isn't that something? A woman's work is never done as far as cooking is concerned. I've always got dishes, so I'm going to have to get at them. So I thank you all for coming in and being here for me, and I hope you have a great night. And until we meet again, take care. God bless. Love you all, and bye-bye.